things about materials. I know some of it's from Brad, gigs like this, but it raises questions too. Like, you had said in your other stuff that you don't actively pursue acting gigs.
Yes.
For Degrassi.
Yes.
I was wondering how you came about doing Catch and Release.
Catch and Release, they sent me a script. Chris Moore, the guy that does, used to do Project Greenlight, dude Ben would make fun of all the time. Really great guy, producer. He's married, well he's not married, he's the common law husband of Jenno Topping, who is the producer on Catch and Release. And they were having a hard time filling that role. And I guess Moore said, hey man, what about Kevin Smith? And Jenna was just like, what are you talking about? Kevin Smith doesn't act, he just stands there quietly in movies. And Moore was like, you gotta watch Evening with Kevin Smith. Like, Kevin Smith has a personality, man. Pop it in and check it out. And Jenna watched it, she was like, holy shit, he'd be perfect. So they brought it over to Susanna, and Susanna said the same thing. Ironically enough, they had just went out with an offer that day, 2 hours prior to Susanna watching it, to another actor. Who was like, I thankfully passed. He was like, I can't do it because I'm shooting a pilot right now and it might turn into a TV show. Jason Lee. So I took Jason Lee's leavings and shit. I was just like, do that again, dude. Pass me broads that you're done with. So I went in and did a reading and they fucking liked it and we were off and running. Easiest job in the world. All I had to do was do the lines once. I thought I'd have to go through a series of fucking auditions and shit. Went in, read 2 scenes, and they were just like, boom. They didn't even tell me in the room. They were like, well, thank you. They were kind of coy about it. I was like, right on, and I left, and I was about a block away, and I called my agent. He's like, how do you think it went? I was like, I don't think I called Jen first. And she was like, how'd it go? Because she worked on the lines with me and shit. She would read. I said, I don't think I got it. I really don't think so. I think I kind of pooched in the room. Whatever, it's fine. I'm not an actor. What do I give a shit? And then I got a call waiting and Phil, my agent, who called through. He's like, how do you think it went? And I was just like, I don't think I got it. He's like, that's funny. They just told me you got the job. And I was like, you fucking asshole. Which was total payback for like 4 years, 5 years, maybe 6 years. I've been with Phil Rasmussen for 10 years now. I think it was the first year of him being my agent. Called him up one day and I was like, dude, you're fucking fired. That's it. Like, I'm going back to CA. You're terrible. You delivered on none of the promises you made. You're an absolutely bad agent. I don't need you. I generate my own work. So why am I giving you 10%, you fucking shyster? I want you out of my life. And the dude was like, what can I do to make this work? And I was like, you might want to look at the calendar, April Fool's Day. And he was like, you fucking asshole! So that was his fucking bit of payback and shit. So it was easy. I didn't pursue it. It just fell on my fucking lap and boom, it happened. Same with Die Hard. I'm in Die Hard this summer, if they leave it in there. Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard. And that too just kind of popped up off of Catch and Release because the casting director in Catch and Release was like, hey, there's a part for a dude who spends his whole life on the internet. Live Free or Die Hard. I was like, I've fucking been studying for that role for 10 years. So I went in, met with Len Wiseman, read once, didn't think I gave a particularly good reading, but him and I sat around, he's the director, talking for like an hour and shit about Comic-Con and internet audiences and whatnot. And then left, and it was cool that he's fucking married to Kate Beckinsale, you know, the chick from the Underworld movies, because he made the Underworld movies as well. But I love her in that movie, Last Days of Disco. I think she's genius. So I got to talk about her with him for a while and kind of geek out. And I think he felt a little bit like, right on, he wants to fuck my wife. But it was more a professional thing. Like, I just think her performance in that movie is so genius. And then, like, a month and a half later, I got a call. They were like, yeah, December, you're shooting Die Hard. And I was like, right on. So it's...
That scene in that hospital bed, man.
It hits you? Right on, yeah.
How much of it did you improv, though? Because there were some very